Hello everyone, welcome to the Phillip Siddiq Show. We are, what can I say? I don't know. But anyway, these guys are going to tell you about the new film called The Grey. We have Joe Carnahan, the director, and Frank Grillo, the actor. This film, I'm not going to give you a movie review, that'll come later. But anyway, welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks so much. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome.
Great, man. Thank you.
Tell us how you put this film together. I mean, because there's tension, there's loss, there's gain. I mean, there's so many different elements to this film.
Sure.
Big to the small. How did you put it together? And then choose this guy. We got to hit you up too. So.
I think it was one of those. It was a process that was, listen, it was a long time coming. I mean, I wrote the script over many years. I guess wrote it and then refined it and kind of until I finally got to the point where I thought, okay, this is ready to go. I mean, I'm ready to tell this story. And then it was, it spent a couple of years trying to get it made what's funny with a younger actor playing Otway, a younger version of Otway. And I think that there was, which I'm so glad, there was a natural resistance built into that. So I wound up with Liam Neeson. I think everything kind of fell in line. It's funny. I think Frank may have been the first one cast before anybody else. I knew he was going to play Diaz, and then when Liam got, was interested, when they met early on, I thought, that was to me, it was a good omen, because I thought, okay, here are the two guys who are going to be, in a very real way, the two parallel stories. These two guys are very similar in their what they've gone through, and I thought once they were together, I thought, okay, if I can build around the kind of the nucleus, the core of this, then we'll be in good shape, and I did.
Now, how did you do that? Because I mean, you could see that Frank, your character, like I said, they're parallels, they're different, and then towards that one critical moment, you dropped your shield and said, "Hey guys, I'm scared." Right.
Yeah.
So
and that's look, that's when I read the script, and I've been begging Joe to work with him since I met him, which was a long time ago, and he just would never put me in anything. He would never.
I couldn't get anything made.
and I read the script, and to me, as a man with 3 kids now and married, the thing that I try to instill in my kids is to be honest with your emotions. But I grew up hiding all that, be a man, hide behind the closet and cry, and then come back out. And to me, to read this, that's everything that I want to explore as a person, and as an actor to get to do it. It was just like, that's why when he said that this is the role, I was like, how are you going to get me this role? And he said, don't take a job in January, the role's yours. I'm telling you, tell your agents not to get you a job in January. I'm like, Joe, that's a big thing to say, bro. That will end our friendship. And he goes, bro, you're in the movie. And so God bless. And then it was a great.
Now, you've worked with Liam before. Now, what is it about him? Because it seems like you bring out the best in his acting ability. What do you do specifically to do that?
Well, I think it would be taking undue credit if I said I think Liam is an extraordinary actor. I think Frank has mentioned this on several occasions, and I concur that he is one of our greatest living actors, and he is in the echelon of guys that are just like sublime in that way. And so, for me, with a guy like Liam, I think one, it's communication, and I think two, it's giving him a tremendous amount of comfort and safety. And then once you do that for an actor, a good one and a skilled one, and one as great as Liam is going to give you great stuff. I mean,
but when as the other guy, all of us, it's Liam Neeson. So, but when we saw the relationship that Joe and Liam had together, we knew we were going to be okay, because there's a mutual respect and love that these guys have built with each other. And so the rest of us just kind of said, oh wow, okay, just let's follow and we'll all be okay, because they really, Joe's an alpha male, and he was the captain of the ship, and Liam, who's also has that personality, he followed, and so we all fell lockstep.
Right. But what did you do specifically? Because I mean, it was, as I said, your relationship on there was just so tenuous, and then it almost like it blended together, and it was like, okay, those cats, they really know each other, but on a much deeper level, because it's also about men bonding in that area,
and that has to take place off camera. And I think you learn as much about. Soderbergh had this great quote. He was going to say, "I learn more about someone taking a dinner than I do sitting around a table reading." Whatever, something to that effect.
It's absolutely true, and we became this band of brothers early. I mean, really early. Liam Neeson came in, and there's no movies. He was one of the boys, and he made a point to say, look, I need all of you. You need each other, and you need me. If we do this together, we can do justice to what Joe has written. If we don't, it's not going to work. And that was our mantra. We got off that mountain. We went to dinner together. We stayed. We didn't want to leave each other.
Yeah.
And that, you know,
that's a hell of a thesis.
Yeah.
Too. And
Yeah.
coming from a hell of a guy to say that. Like, he volunteers that as, like, you know, this is my willingness to go forward in this fight. What is yours?
Yeah.
And I think it's really easy to bring everybody into alignment behind a guy like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, the territory, it is just beautiful in its quietness, but then you watch it and you know there's something behind that can eat you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know?
I think that's true of nature. I think you see a calm sea, you know, lurking below that are things that can take your life. And in the most serene, most beautiful, there's always that element. I think that's within the film itself, the duality of nature, the idea that it's incredibly beautiful and filled with all this wonderful kind of splendor, and at the same time, it's also absolutely merciless and hostile. And those two things coexist.
Yeah, you know, you think of that duality, and you think, because this movie explores faith and religion, and you think about religion, you think about the books of the great religions in the world, and it's about, you know, heaven and hell and God and the devil and all that stuff, and that, you know, that's what nature is. It's because I see God in nature, and then I see the most violent, and it's fast violence, you know, and it's quick.
Yeah.
And those are the things that we got to explore there.
Yeah, tender stomachs do not need to see a lot of this film.
No.
Because
I'll
it's
look right at the camera.
Yeah.
See,
No,
yeah.
The disclaimer.
Yeah, no, it is, but at the same time, I think it's very honest. I think the depiction of it is we're not trying to. I'm not trying to sensationalize any part of the film. Certainly not the struggle itself is not being sensationalized. In fact, unlike a film like, say, Alive or The Edge, this takes place over the period of just a few days. You know, that's how much the elements in nature comes to bear on this group of men.
Yeah.
Right. Alive. You saw that was old school.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s. I remember going to see that in the theaters.
Yeah, we all watched it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Because we're waiting to see, are they going to start, eating each other, or what, like the older film did?
Right. Well, we made a joke about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that movie with the guy from Training.
Yeah.
But that was the whatever kind of reverential nod to that. But I think again, a movie like Touching the Void. Kevin McDonald's film about the two climbers was much more.
Yes.
This was much more akin to that kind of a film as opposed to as much as Alive. You know, if you rewatch, I don't know that it holds up that well in terms of like the dread and the kind of. And I wanted the brutality and the relentless quality of nature to be on them at all times. So there's never any sunny days where you just sit up there and wait for kind of the rescue. You better move, pal, or it's gonna bury you. And you know what? That mountain that we were on. You know, when we would leave at night and come back, and we'd have to dig the wreckage out. We'd have to dig the plane wreck out of the snow. That's how fast nature was erasing. You know.
We finished. When did we finish? We finished in
early March,
which was still winter there, and we left. And I asked the question like, are they going to get the wreckage off the mountain? And they said no. We have to wait till summer. That's how bad it was. I had to wait till summer until everything melted to get the plane down. So it was pretty. It was real. What you see is what you get.
Yeah, I mean, it's so fascinating because you touch on so many different things. Man, versus nature. Man versus man. Man versus faith. And then man versus himself to come to the realization, okay, this is no plaything we're doing here.
Right.
This is serious business.
Right.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, there was no, I don't think, again, there was nothing about the movie I wanted to trivialize. At the same time, we're still making an action thriller. We're still making what is at its core a genre piece. And I think you can't lose sight of that. Because then I think if one specific aspect of the film, be it the theological, the ideological, or whatever, you know, the metaphysical, whatever you want to say, if one part overwhelms that, then now you're making a completely different film.
Yeah.
You know, and I think what we did as filmmakers, all of us, is we were fairly even-handed in how we dealt with that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, without, again, always keeping it in service of this is an action movie. These guys are trying to survive, you know.
Yeah.
And we never wanted to slow the train down too much, to make a statement one way or the other,
right?
You know.
Yeah, I mean, and I went to YouTube. You know, we're pretty big on YouTube, and some of the quotes from the people when they saw the trailer. You know, Liam Neeson wrapping his hand in tape. I'm there.
Right.
You know, one quote was, "I bet the black guy gets it first.
Right.
Gets it eaten up first, or killed first." And then another quote was, you know, this is going to be the movie of the year.
Right.
And this is just a trailer. And a lot of trailers will show, but the trailer does justice to the film.
That's
the film
great.
is just crazy. It's one of those films where you lean forward.
Right. Right.
They'll tell you, I was jumping. I mean, and it doesn't take a lot. Well, it does, but when I was watching just a couple of scenes, you could actually feel the tension of the guys in the snow and where they're at to say, okay, just around the corner, there might be a way to get away, or there might be something.
Right. Hope.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And I'm glad that, you didn't feel safe. I don't want anybody
Right.
to feel safe when they watch this film. We had a guy say to us, after I left, I was convinced if I walked out, I was going to get hit by a car. I was just like, he's like, he didn't, or something was going to fall on me. It's like that suddenly the world seemed a little less safe. And I think that's great. It's certainly, that's the reaction I want to provoke, is I want you to I want you to have a gut level. I want you to feel like, Jesus, I mean, like you really got knocked around.
Yeah.
You got savaged by that movie a little bit. That's to me, those are the ones, because again, it's not a movie you can leave and go, oh, that was nice. Where'd I park my car?
No, definitely not that. No, you're gonna think.
It's gonna stick with you.
Well, you said something, man against himself. I think that's the biggest challenge that these guys have is, your will. If any of these elements impose its will on your psyche, you're done. So if you don't keep that alive, you can't get out.
Right.
And so for me, as an actor, it's in boxing you often hear the term, don't let him impose his will on you. Because
Right.
once that happens, you belong to him.
Yeah.
And so man against yourself really becomes the most important challenge that you have. And so it was interesting, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Excellent. I mean, it's just the quality made. I mean, even the color of it is just that dark drab. Except when Liam is looking at over his life, and the color just warms up.
Right.
And then you take it away from us again. It's
Right. Yeah, it's the suddenness. It's the severity, I guess, the situation.
Yeah, the safety. There's a safety for a second of warmth, like you said, of warmth,
Yes.
and then it's even around the campfire. There's seconds or moments of safe
warmth.
Yeah,
more fleeting.
Yeah.
Cruel.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Cruel movie.
Cruel. Everyone, we're just sitting in these chairs talking to Frank Grillo, Joe Carnahan for the film The Gray. I'm telling you, it is
the bomb.
Go tell it.
January
when
27th.
it's January 27th, then you can see for yourself.
Yeah.
And the Wolves.
You'll see something.
Yeah. We'll give props. These aren't Twilight Wolves, I tell you.
No.
These are not Twilight.
These aren't shirtless 17-year-old boys that turn into wolves.
No, these are the real things that can eat you up.
Yeah.
Man,
Thank
thanks
you,
a lot.
brother. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. This was just
Thanks for your enthusiasm.
fantastic.
I love it.
That's great.
I'm serious.